Now, I covered this article, but I really wanted to hear what Jay had to say about this article.
I went through the entire Twitter thread, actually. It's like Last Jedi all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this person is upset that people didn't like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So when it all comes down to it, they were just like, Ahsoka is a girl. They don't like it. So they must be these bad people.
And the thing about it is there's blatant lies in this, like obvious lies, like things that you don't even have to even think about to know that they are just straight up lies. And this is from Geeks of Color writer Andres Cabrera. Right here, he says, a lot of people forget this, but there is a direct correlation between the white supremacist crowd and the unbridled hatred of Star Wars sequels. I saw in real time as they scouted out the Disney or the Star Wars fandom as a potential haven for spreading their message of hatred. Now, that one, on face value, if you don't follow this stuff, if you're just like a average person reading that, but if you've been following this at all, you understand that people like this guy seeked out Star Wars for their identity politics to hijack it, because that's what social justice always is. That's not the most blatant lie that he said. The most blatant one is this one right here. It started with the straightforward racist approach of hating on The Force Awakens because a black stormtrooper was one of the leads in the movie. When their target audience didn't fall in line with that blatantly racist take, they moved on to good old-fashioned misogyny. The hatred of Rey became a massive point for Star Wars channels as soon as TFA came out. Absolute fucking lie. TFA was a very popular movie, and all of the discussion before and TFA on YouTube, generally speaking, was theorizing about Rey's lineage, about
it was positive.
Yeah, it was very positive. Very positive. And what was the other one? Snoke. The theories about Snoke.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Darth Plagueis, all of that. It's easy now to look back on TFA and realize it was fool's gold. And I know that there were people that were ahead of the curve. Ryan's one of them. He hated it. But that doesn't change the fact that the overall narrative around the movie after it came out was generally positive.
It made
$2 billion.
Yeah, and it made almost $1 billion right here in the States. So it's like the #1 movie of all time domestically.
Yes. And the Blu-ray sales broke all type of records.
For The Force Awakens, man, before that came out, I was super stoked for Finn. I was super stoked that, like, what a stormtrooper is going to, be the Jedi, the main protagonist. I was like, this is dope. I didn't care about his skin color. I wasn't looking that he was black, or I didn't care what it was. I just thought the idea of a stormtrooper turning Jedi was just so fascinating. Like, that was cool. And, even when the movie came out, I loved Force Awakens. Like you said, now you look back on it and it was fool's gold, and that's exactly what it was. But I just thought it was a nice refresh at the time of, really what it was. And even then, I watched it 4 times in theaters, and the only bit that I really was irritated with was how Rey got the best of Kylo at the end. Kylo, who's apparently had multiple years of training, trained by Luke fucking Skywalker himself, and Rey, who barely just touched the lightsaber, was able to best him. That bothered me. But as far as the movie went at the time, I enjoyed it, and I was super excited for Finn to see what Finn was going to happen over the course of the next few movies, and boy, was I let down.
I think that most people, if you look at like the entirety of the sequel trilogy now, I would say most people liked Finn more than any character in
that would have been the greatest story ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I think
it would have been awesome. Maybe not ever, but you know what I mean. Like compared to as far as Disney Star Wars goes, that would have been like
most people now, if you look back on it, most people now look back and go, one of the biggest mistakes among so many mistakes was the way they treated Finn's character. So the whole thing with Finn and people being against, like, that is such nonsense. Go ahead.
Here's the thing: when The Little Mermaid had their teaser trailer and it was ratioed all to heck and back, and everyone said it was the white supremacists, it was the racists. If this was true, which we know that's not the case, but The Force Awakens wasn't ratioed on Twitter, I think they found a comment that a news agency ran with about, man, I don't know if stormtroopers can be black. And some news agency ran with that. To this day, I'm still waiting to see the evidence of tons of people in outrage because the stormtrooper was black. Where were the articles written? Where were the posts? Where was the social media post? I'm sure if you dig hard you could find a single one every now and then because that's just how the internet is. But no, there was no outrage over that.
The whole thing was that there were people that were questioning if because they were going, oh, well, they're clones.
They're clones.
That's what, like there were people that were questioning, how can a stormtrooper be black if they're cloned from that's what they were. That's the perception that the questions
right, that was
were.
the theory.
Yes.
About this guy here, he writes for Geeks of Color. Obviously, people are starting to understand their gimmick, that if you don't like a show that they like, then you're obviously a bad person and you hate other people because of their skin tone or whatever. And they're waking up to these types of idiotic articles and websites that are writing this crap over and over, and they're just walking away, understanding that this is nonsense. These people don't know what they're talking about. So obviously he was like, look, we got to do something. I got to do something to spruce up our numbers, everybody. Now, if he posted this stuff back, I'd maybe right before the Rise of Skywalker or even afterwards, it probably would go, it would probably have hundreds of thousands of retweets and likes and stuff. But now it's like people are just like, we're not falling for this crap anymore, man. You can't point fingers at us and say we're the problem when a company puts out horrifically terrible shows. You can't do it. The numbers don't lie. The rating numbers don't lie. They come out and people's not watching. They've walked away. No one's buying their stupid product. And hey, but before you continue, let me show you. You want to know why Star Wars is dumb and it's broken? It's because they keep doing stuff like this. Here are the new comic books coming out for Star Wars. They're going to make Life Day comic books. Look, here's Han and Chewie. Chewie wearing that stupid red robe where they're going to touch a bunch of blue balls for Life Day. Yeah, that's going to bring everybody back to Star Wars.
Yay.
Oh, look, there's Black Chrysanthemum, right? He's the guy who fought Obi-Wan Kenobi. Surprise, surprise. He's going to play with blue balls too. How about this person here? I have no idea who this is. This is a Bounty Hunters comic book.
Holy crap.
This comic book is supposed to be about bounty hunters collecting bounties, going hard at people, and yet they've turned it into a, hey, we're going to cook a feast for Life Day. Yeah, we're bloodthirsty bounty hunters. Oh, yes, but the best is yet to come. Here's Shmi and little Annie celebrating Life Day as slaves on Tatooine. That's exactly what's going to bring people back to Star Wars. Aren't you glad? Yeah, but, we don't like this stuff, so we're the problem. We're the white supremacists. We're the bad people. We're all this stuff. Life Day, everybody. That'll bring everyone back.
Oh my God, man.
If you don't know what Life Day is, it came from the holiday special. It
yes.
was the worst thing that George Lucas ever did. He even admits it. He even says, like, once that thing aired, he goes, never air that again. We're not selling any DVDs. We don't want this thing to exist. We want to nuke it from the planet. Like, this was the most god-awful thing I've ever seen.
To be fair, it's not the worst thing he ever did now.
What are you saying, Jeremy? What is the worst thing?
Him selling Disney, selling to
okay.
Disney.
Yeah,
That's the worst thing he's ever done.